because this is a surprise that I've just made. Hope you guys enjoy it. I can't stay on like a huge amount of time because I gotta go do something pretty important, pretty dang soon. But I just thought I'd do this, kind of shoot the crap a little while, see what comes up. Because that's how life works sometimes. Gosh, I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay, you guys got. Oops, I just got a pop up. I don't know if you guys have Discord or anything, but like, I've got it, and I love it, and I love hanging out with my friends and all. But there's just sometimes it's like it just takes over the screen, and I can't look at anything. It's like ah. It's just like ah. Hooray to you too, George Robertson. How you doing, bud? How can we be real if spoons aren't real? Magic is real. Believe in magic! So, in case you guys haven't noticed, I just posted the two new TV talks on the Muppets 2015 and Rocko's Modern Life / Invader Zim movies going completely vanished. We don't know where they are, and it's not great. It's not great not knowing where everything is, but part of life. I've not seen the Pokemon Direct, actually. I've been at school and at work all day. The Lego Movie 2, what is my opinion on that? I thought it was good. Not as good as the first one, but I didn't really expect it to be. And I have not seen How to Train Your Dragon. Honestly, I probably won't. I just thought the second one was kind of okay, honestly. It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't terrible either. Now, canned spinach, that stuff is terrible. How does Popeye eat that? So what's new with you guys? By the way, for the upcoming list, you know how I said Vice is on there? I'm taking Vice off the list because apparently people do hate it, so it's good. The only thing I won an Oscar for was makeup, which admittedly the makeup was kind of impressive. But, okay, look, I'm not the biggest fan of W either, but Dick Cheney was not like some kind of malicious monster. Sure, he did some like bad things, and I don't really agree with a lot of the steps he took, as do a lot of Americans. But yeah, I was not okay with his portrayal there. I've not seen the Nut Job, and I really don't think I'm going to.
Reality universe is a hologram. Bye, gold. Bye.
How was that? Did you guys? What do you guys think of that?
Here, have a head that's always screaming. You deserve a prize.
What is my opinion on Disney Pixar Cars? I like the first one. I don't like the second one, and have not seen the third one, and probably won't for a while. What's best Scooby-Doo show or movie for a 3-year-old? I'd say the original one is best for kids because you can't go wrong with that. But when it comes to just overall quality, I kind of think What's New Scooby-Doo because it provides a bit more cognitive thinking. I don't know. What do you guys think? When it comes to the movies, I'd say no live-action movies. Those things are just weird. The only movie that I really watched as a kid is Scooby-Doo. I wasn't very big on it. I'd say Monster Max. The only one I know. Don't quote me on that. Have I heard of Zig and Sharko? No, I have not. I know it's a show of some kind. Do you read those last episode of Creepypasta? I'm not really a Creepypasta guy. Thank you for the vibrato comment. Do I hope Illumination Entertainment shuts down? No. Bill Cipher is one of my favorite animated characters of all time. Yeah, mine too.
He's got a really good story to him and a really good sense of character. Plus, you can't go wrong with the voice. It's a little hard to do that when it's not digitized, but still, it's kind of fun to do it this way, albeit a little bit painful.
Where would you like to go on vacation? Wyoming. I love the state of Wyoming. In fact, up here in the dorm, I got a Wyoming flag right over there. So I don't know why I dropped the G at the end of that. Ever since I've been living in Texas, I swear I'm picking up an accent. Sometimes you can hear it come up through my videos, and it's like, oh no. Because sometimes I only just catch that at the very end. But Wyoming would probably be a great place to vacation. I've always wanted to stay there for an extended period of time and not just drive through. That or just visit all my family over in Missouri/Arkansas. That'd be kind of fun. Hey, Mick. No, you didn't miss anything. So how's production of Huntsman in Notre Dame? Hasn't started yet. That one's down the line. Not focused on that one. Oh, hi, Klaus at the crew. How are you doing today? What a funny story, Klaus. Oh, thank you. You guys seem to like that impression, especially George Robertson. Thank you. You know, I'm thinking, I don't know what you guys think. I'm thinking of bringing back one of my old series, my impressions video. There's a couple shows like Drawn Together, Gravity Falls, I do a fair bit of impressions of, and I kind of want to showcase them. What do you guys think? The underrated VeggieTales episode. I have a video about that, and I won't tell you just so I can make sure you guys go out and see it. What is my opinion on the Despicable Me movies? First one was good. I don't like the others. I haven't seen 3, and I haven't finished the Minions movie, and I'm not gonna change that anytime soon. Illuminations, I don't dislike them. The only movie I outright dislike of theirs was The Lorax, and no, I didn't see The Grinch. No, but The Lorax, I think I expressed that a few times. There's that accent again. Help. But yeah, I didn't care for The Lorax at all. But the rest of Illumination is just kind of yeah. Generation 8 of Pokemon. I stopped paying attention after Generation 5. I loved 1 through 4. 5 was okay for me, and I just kind of stopped after now. So I'm not a Gen 1er, I'm a Gen 4er. Gen 4 and back. I don't know. I kind of want to make a video about Pokemon sometime. There is a Gourd Games playthrough. We have a Pokemon Emerald, but we didn't get very far, so I don't think we're going to release that one for quite a while. Rabbids versus Minions. They both are annoying, but I'd probably say Rabbids because I kind of enjoyed Raving Rabbids too. So did Paul, Grape, and Cleo. Remember that one? That was the hardest I've ever laughed. Yeah, Sinnoh for life. When I was a kid, my friend John and I, who now lives up in Indiana, we'd always make our characters, like our trainers, we'd give them backstories, and we'd kind of role play as them when we were little. Oh, it was fun. But then I remember the day I found out. I was in 5th grade, and he said that his family was going to move in about a month, so we only had just a little bit longer to hang out. I still remember that last day we hung out. It was just full of Pokemon and like Lego and stuff, and we were having a great time. Me, little 9-year-old me, was like, didn't quite grasp that he was moving up until like the very end. So us as like strong, manly 4th grade men, we actually hugged and got kind of sad when I was dropping him off at his house, up at his front door. That was a sad night. Hi, Ian. How you doing? Oh, Lee Fraser, you played Crush Crush too. That game is addicting, isn't it? Stop it. Speak normal, me. That thing is kind of addicting, isn't it? There it is again. Okay, you know what I'm saying, right? It doesn't seem like much, but it really gets you. And don't worry, we are going to finish that Crush Crush playthrough. There's a certain video we need to release first. We have a food special recorded, but we can't find it because the camera that we recorded it on went missing. And in order for the next episode to make sense, we need to have the food special. And so we're going to kind of delay that release. That's why we kind of stopped for a little while. What would you do if I ever took position in a Disney office? Well, for one, I'd stop having them preach all these messages and just kind of focus on good products. Because the thing is, they have good ideas. Like Zootopia or Gigantic, which will never see the light of day. Their original ideas are still good. It's just their execution that I don't approve. Did you ever see the movie Tinkerbell? I have not. I don't know what the Hoops is. Sounds like a slur to me. Favorite voice actress? Tara Strong. I know it's kind of a cliche. I know Tara Strong's just really good. Or Tris McNeil, one of the two. Actually, Lee Fraser, there is one animation studio that deserves to be shut down, but I think they already are. It's Video Brinquedo. I think we all know about them, though, that those Brazilian people that rip off I think they're already gone now, though. Would you know why Shaggy memes are a thing? No, but one of my good friends here, and he's going to be one of my roommates next year. He looks exactly like Shaggy. Like I'll post a picture sometime. Like it's the same thing. He looks more like Shaggy than the Shaggy from the live action movies. Except you're texting. I'm trying. It's starting to come out. Like this is how. Like if you notice when I'm talking, I like this. I have to talk slower now. Because when I don't pay attention, this is what starts happening. Start talking like this. It's not full on Texan, but it's muddled. I say this because Claus mentioned this. What do you expect? My grandpa's born and raised in Missouri/Arkansas. We got a whole bunch of people on our family from Missouri, Alabama, stuff like that. All my dad's side's from Michigan, though. Oh, good for you, Ian. Hope you enjoy the books. What's my opinion on Dougal, the movie? It was weird. I didn't really see it, but I've heard the backstory. If you want to hear the good story about it, just watch Rebel Taxi's review. Will Dark Crow ever be a part of VeggieTales Abridged? We'll see. I'm still writing 21. Thoughts on Bolt? I actually like Bolt. Not a lot of people talk about that one, but I thought it was a good film. Not like Disney's best or anything, but I did think it was a bit of an enjoyable ride. Actually, Bonsai Boy, there is a couple live action films I actually would want to see, like Sword in the Stone, Black Cauldron. I think those would be a lot of fun. Maybe even Hunchback of Notre Dame. I don't think it needs to exist, but I would love to see the artistry that they could do with live action. However, I'm more for adapting the lesser known ones, but putting in like a distinct difference. If we're just going to do the more well known ones, like beat for beat, I'm not okay with that. That's a good point, Razor. That's good. Howdy, y'all. Yeah, see here, the thing is, my name is Ross Perot, and I'm running for president in 1992. The thing with the North American Free Trade Agreement is if you could pay a worker up in Lansing, Michigan, about $9 an hour to make a car, but you could go down to Mexico and pay a worker there about $3 an hour to make the same car, the same quality, which one would you do as a corporation owner? Now, we know that corporation owners usually just try to save a quick buck now. So they're not always thinking with their heart, more with their head and their wallet. So which one would you do? With the North American Free Trade Agreement, it would be much easier for a corporation owner to do that and make Americans lose their jobs. You hear that giant sucking sound? That's all our jobs don't sound, and that's because of the North American Free Trade Agreement. The NAFTA agreement is one of the worst deals we could ever make. That's why, if I'm elected president, I'm going to do whatever I can to veto it. And that is one of my heroes, Ross Perot. I did an impression of him there, just for fun. Yeah. Yeah. What's my opinion on Winnie the Pooh? Haven't seen it in years, but I remember liking it as a kid because my grandma sounded exactly like Winnie the Pooh. Not because she could do like a good impression of him. No. She just like naturally sounded exactly like a very slightly more feminine version of Winnie the Pooh. Oh, Princess and the Frog was, I think, one of the last great Disney movies. Truly extraordinary. Got to meet the Robinsons. I actually made a video about that pretty recently. Yes, Zootopia is too preachy. Angry Birds movie, haven't seen it. Oh yeah, Miley Cyrus was in Bolt. Yeah, was she the cat or the little girl? I don't remember which one. I don't know what Tornado Hunters is. Can I do any Disney impressions? What kind of Disney are we talking about? Movies or shows? Because I can definitely do more shows like Gravity Falls, for instance, or Dave the Barbarian. Which, by the way, humble brag, Danny Cooksey liked my tweet, as I mentioned. I feel rewarded. I want to meet that guy someday. He's a neighbor too. He lives up in Oklahoma, so probably be about a 4-hour drive and 3 days in jail after breaking through his security and all that and breaking into his house and stealing everything. Well, let's not dwell on that now. Oh, okay, so Miley Cyrus was the girl. Yeah, I think she did a good job. I mean, she wasn't in it like too much. Actually, no, Sean, I never did say the F word. I haven't cussed in my life. In fact, I'm so against cussing that what I did in Footloose when I was supposed to say, where the H do you live, or where the H you been living, Beaumont, I didn't want to cuss. So what I did is I switched my southern accent to say, where the hey you've been living. And it sounds the same, but I'm not actually saying that. You have to listen carefully to hear. And no, I'm not going to do that here because I don't want to make it sound like I'm swearing. So no, I never, never, never say any of those words, especially not the F word. That's not me. What DreamWorks films have I seen in theaters? Several of them, but I don't remember them offhand. Yes, I did say Zootopia I do think is a bit too preachy. It's decent, and I just think that the lesson gets a bit too much. Oh, of course I read a Captain Underpants. I read those books when I was a kid, albeit briefly. And honestly, my mom and I went to go see that film because, I don't know, we were up in Dallas one day and there was just not much else to do. So we decided to check it out, and it was surprisingly funny, honestly. I was having a kick. Plus, that theme song by Weird Al was great. Favorite live-action Disney movie? There's so many. Oh, Song of the South is a good one, although not racist. Again, it doesn't take place during slavery. It takes place during Reconstruction. More on that in the top 5 or top 10 films that everyone hates that I like. Which actually tonight I'm going to watch Wagons East again. You guys should check out Wagons East. I think you guys would like it. The live-action Popeye is a guilty pleasure, so I wouldn't say it's like my favorite. Ooh, that's just a tough one. I need to come back to that one. Oh wow, the chat just got way scrolled up. Let me catch up. When did Disney start going downhill? Honestly, I think their last like solid good movie was Wreck-It Ralph 1. I'm not including Pixar here. I think their last good film was Inside Out, honestly. But yeah, I think after that it started tipping a bit. What Disney character do I relate with? I don't know. Some people describe me as like the genie. I don't know. I know in high school I felt like Frollo in a sense, or Scar with the "I'm surrounded by idiots." What's in my opinion of VeggieTales in the City? Hate it. Are you a fan of Pirates of the Caribbean? The first 2 movies, yeah. That's my opinion on the Cat in the Hat. Oh boy, that was a bad movie. Really bad. Even as a kid, I first saw like when I was 7 or so on DVD because one of my friends lent it. He's like, "Hey, you gotta check this out. This is one of the worst things I've ever seen." Yeah, he was right. Even as a kid, I hated it. How come I didn't go onto Discord for this? Because I haven't figured out Discord live streaming yet. Tell you what, next time I'm off Mech, you got to show me how to do this. I got to do it soon because I can't just rely on Google Hangouts. This thing sucks. Oh, good guy version of Frollo. Thank you. Because I'm not for genocide. No. That's why I'm not voting Kamala Harris. Hey-oh! Political jokes aside, yeah, I am a pious man. Well, I am a religious man, but I'm certainly not perfect. None of us are. Far from perfect, in fact. That's why we needed Jesus. Who do you want to get into Smash Bros? I always said Banjo and Kazooie should be in there. Of course, Waluigi as well. Waluigi / Banjo and Kazooie. Maybe Conquer, but definitely more Banjo Kazooie. And Microsoft has expressed interest, so if Sakurai is ever thinking, why not? I've not seen the trailer for Ugly Dolls, and I think I might have seen Top Cat when I was little. It's not something I really remember. I honestly am more familiar with that movie that came out in the early 2010s, not for good reasons, but one of my top reviewers, the hardcore kid, hardcore enough to review kid stuff, semi-retired now. He did a review of Top Cat the movie, and I thought it was actually really well done. He's not really focusing on like humor, but he's very good with like analyzing things and does it in a fun way. My favorite review of his, if you ever want to check it out, is the Tom Sawyer review. But it's getting harder to look at his stuff because it seems to be disappearing from YouTube a lot because of copyright, and he kind of put a lot of his eggs in the Blip basket, and we all know how that turned out. Do the trailers for Toy Story 4 look good? Nope. And I'm not going to see them. What are my opinions on the Shrek movies? First one, good. Second one, great. Third one, not good. Fourth one, eh. And apparently there's going to be a fifth one, and I'm not so sure it's actually going to happen because they've been teasing a fifth one ever since 2014. I haven't seen Puss in Boots, though. I heard it was good. Hello, David Alvarez. Thoughts on Alita Battle Angel? Not really any. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen too many trailers for it recently, honestly, because I've been in, as I said on one of my announcements, I've been in like big talks with some big name people right here, and I'm not really supposed to talk about it quite yet. I think I might be able to tell you more like April or something. We'll see how this deal works out, but more on that later. Oh, wow. David, you actually did hear of Hardcore Kid. Yeah. He mostly does like robot lore videos now, you know, the fighting robot stuff. But yeah, I think you guys should check him out. He's kind of like TV trash, only a bit edgier. Which, by the way, I am going to do a video at some point explaining why Rowdy C from TV Trash, of all people, is my favorite channel. I don't know. There's just something about him. But I'll explain that later. You know, like Key and Peele. Kind of hit and miss. Thoughts on the How to Drain Your Dragon series. I really liked the first one. Second one was okay. I actually might go see the third one if I could get some friends to go with me. How about Rugrats? Honestly, not too big on it. Even as a kid, I never liked it. I watched All Grown Up here and there, but like Rugrats was never my thing. So I hate to say it, guys, but when I do my top 10 list of Nicktoons, because it looks like Nicktoons is going to win that poll. There it goes, poll. It's poll. Whatever. It looks like I will definitely be leaving Rugrats off of that. But as much as I am thinking that Loud House is going downhill, it's still going to be on that list, of course. Hello, Looney Tunes Go. Oh, actually, Bonsai Boy, Kyle, my closest friend, formerly known as Alfonso, he was in Hunchback of Notre Dame, the musical. And because it's not technically Disney, they only licensed the songs, it's not actually funded by Disney, I was able to go see it. And it was good, very good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Best theatrical Pixar short film. I like Knick Knack. Knick Knack is one of my favorites, I'd say. Probably my favorite. Let's see, what else is there? Certainly not Boundin'. But Presto was also good. So I'd say either Presto or the other one I just said. Knick Knack. One of those two. The Loud House is a good show. Yes. I do think that the quality has gone down a little bit lately. Maybe it's just because when I watched those new episodes, I was like really overworked or something. I really want to watch it again, kind of go watch through it some more and kind of see if it really is going downhill. What do you guys think? Is it just me, or am I kind of noticing that ever since that monster Chris Savino left that it's starting to get down? What do you guys think? Is it just me? Disney boycott may never be over. Actually, you never know. They're starting to lose money. Solo was a bomb. And a lot of other projections are showing that some other stuff might not be doing so well either. Like I heard Ant-Man and the Wasp wasn't a big hit either. So after Avengers Endgame, who knows what's going to happen to the MCU? And these live-action remakes are getting under a lot of scrutiny, so the future's uncertain. Thomas on Sonic Underground. Never seen it, but I heard it's not very good. What's my opinion on the Backyardigans? Never seen it. Favorite Pixar short films? I just mentioned it. It was Knick Knack and Presto. Least favorite, Boundin'. I don't even know what that was. Oh, another honorable mention for favorite, I forgot to mention, Fowl. You know that one that was coming with Incredibles 2? I honestly like that better than Incredibles 2. I know a lot of people thought it was kind of weird, but I don't know, I thought it was sweet. Yeah, like Looney Tunes Girl's right. Like not only is it, I'm more talking about like quality as in going downhill, but Looney Tunes Girl does bring up a good point. A lot of people don't really talk about it as much. I guess maybe it's because we're just kind of used to cartoons of that quality, or I don't know what's going on. But yeah, not a lot of people are talking about it. The fan base is still huge, but like, word of mouth going down. But like the new episodes, when I watched a couple, it just felt like it wasn't as strong. But then again, I haven't seen it in a while because we don't have TV up here really, or well, we do now, but I don't have time for that. Ain't got time for that. So I'll just have to see when I get home for spring break in 2 weeks. I'm gonna check it out, and you guys will hear my thoughts then. Garfield is Snoopy. Snoopy, I love Peanuts. Anything Peanuts, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I even have a Charlie Brown shirt left over from You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. We want to hear Endgame is the last MCU movie. Oh, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord, he's got a second chances. Yeah, I'm not an MCU fan. You'll find out this Saturday why. Thoughts on Kung Fu Panda? Nickelodeon show. Never saw the Nickelodeon show. Like the first one. Really like the second one. Really want to see the third one. Haven't, though. You're going to do a TV talk on Fox Home for Imaginary Friends. Someday, probably. Thoughts on Frozen? Never seen it. Still haven't heard the full version of Let It Go. I've only heard the chorus and the first verse. I haven't heard the full song. Not in any mood to. What's a disaster, Hoffman? I would like to know. Who exactly did Alfonso play in Hunchback? He was the King of France. Not a big part, but still. So apparently, though, in that show, Frollo, big character, very important character. Well, the guy who played Frollo got kicked out of school because this was a high school production. He's a year behind me. Or, no, 2 years behind me, actually. What am I saying? When it comes to academics. But he's a senior this year. Anyways, what happened was Frollo got kicked out of school like 2.5 weeks before the show went on. So they had to get an understudy in fast. But apparently the understudy outshone the guy who did the other job. So, hey, it turned out well, I guess. Which, by the way, I did see that guy who got kicked out play the lion in The Wizard of Oz, and he was really good. And apparently that was his first ever acting role, and it was pretty much like watching the movie. I have heard of Super Smash Bros. Well. Oh, Frozen's a disaster. Yeah, I hear a lot of mixed things about it. Again, Phantom Menace. A lot of people love it, and then later on, I think people either realize it's not very good, or I think maybe with Frozen, hype just killed it. Because my new roommate, Andrew, says the same thing about Frozen, that it's kind of a wreck. Thoughts on Glenn Martin DDS? Never, ever seen it. Yeah, I'm not in any mood to let it go. And I do know why he got kicked out, but I'm not going to say why. It's none of my business. Favorite Peanuts character? Schroeder. I love Schroeder. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I kind of looked like him when I was a kid. But I don't know. Something about Schroeder being kind of the intellectual, down-to-earth guy. I think that's just kind of why. It's just a mixture of all that. I know it's common for Charlie Brown or Snoopy or Peppermint Patty or Linus, whoever to be the favorite, but Schroeder's my guy. And the way he plays the piano is nice. Let's see if you guys can get that reference. There's another Spider-Man movie coming out in July. Fascinating. I don't know what Hamtaro is. Yeah, let's see what else you guys got. So I was just checking email real quick to see if those people I was talking to have responded. They have not, but to be fair, over in Texas, because like I said, I go to school in Arizona. It's like 7 o'clock over there. I'll probably be able to stay on for about another half hour because I got somewhere I need to be. No, it's not a day, but it is kind of an important meeting I got to go to. There's that meeting again. Say the letter G. Oh, yeah, even my parents are starting to pick up some of that. Peanuts movie, absolutely loved it. Loved it. And I hope that there's going to be another one, but apparently, according to the Charles M. Schulz estate, there's not going to be another one, which really makes me sad. Oh, George Robertson, I will maybe talk about that again some other day. You'll just have to see. Oh, Ice Age. First one was okay. I didn't really care for the other ones, and I stopped watching after Dawn of the Dinosaurs. But whatever really with that one. It doesn't bug me too much. See, Looney Tunes Go exactly proves my point. Let me read the comment. I wasn't honest with myself after I saw Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet. It only took me a couple. It only took me a month to realize that movie wasn't good. See, they do that. They get you. They get you like that. That's how they make their money. That's their business strategy, right there. Millie Jones Girl has described it here perfectly. Yeah, Hovland really likes Oliver and Company, which was one that I didn't really like as a kid, but now that I've gotten older, definitely like a lot more, especially those Billy Joel songs. Although I kind of would have liked to see an actual like adaptation of Oliver, like no twists included. I think what we got was still pretty good. It was one of the few Disney films I was able to see as a kid. I didn't really grow up on Disney. I had to go out of my way to see Aladdin. I didn't see Beauty and the Beast until high school, and I still haven't seen Little Mermaid at all. The only thing I know about that is the song Kiss the Girl and Poor Unfortunate Souls. That's literally all I know about it. And that they call forks dinglehoppers. Monsters vs. Aliens. The movie was pretty good. The show was just kind of a forgettable pile of nothing, but hey, that's how it works in Hollywood. Or Hollyweird, whatever one works, I guess. You gotta vote for Ross Perot. He's a good guy. Yeah, I kind of thought the same thing, Bonsai Boy, that Wreck-It Ralph 2 might have been kind of an emoji movie ripoff. Something about it just, screamed, this is the exact same thing, but with Disney's stamp on it. I think they were kind of looking at the emoji movie thinking, oh, this is going to be a big success. Everyone's going to love it. Let's do that too. But then after it failed, they're like, crap, we don't really have much else. Roll with it. Coco was, I think, one of the most recent Disney films that I actually really like. I got the feels in that. It pains me that I can't go see it again unless I pirate it. Hmm. Yeah, Beauty and the Beast 2017. My ex and I, we saw that, and she loved it. And I was just saying, what? What's even the point? It's just the same thing as the other one, but like less. That was one of the first few fights we had. It wasn't really a fight, but still. I like Bohemian Rhapsody. My dad liked it too. We went to go see it for his birthday because he loves classic rock, especially like Queen, Rush, Led Zeppelin. That was pretty good. Thought it would have been a little bit better though, but still liked it. Oh, I'm so glad Wreck-It Ralph 2 and Incredibles 2 lost at the Oscars. Now, first of all, let's get one thing straight. Oscars are garbage. They're bullcrap. They're worth nothing. However, I am very glad that Disney's streak has finally been broken by Into the Spider-Verse. I have I have seen Into the Spider-Verse finally. I thought it was good. Really, I think though the artistry was the best part of it. The story itself, I just thought was kind of okay. That Nick Cage was fantastic, but the art was just brilliant on that. I loved it. So I thought it was a good movie. Good movie. And because it's not technically Disney with that one, I could go see it. Oscars movies. Haven't seen the first one in years, like the second one. Why didn't the DDBZ, it's DDDZ, as in like King DDD, characters really interacted with the VTA characters? Because there's no film of the VeggieTales characters interacting with Kirby Right Back at You. That's a crossover that never happened in our dimension. Romeo and Juliet and Sherlock Gnomes. Oh, I forgot about those films. I know nothing about them. See you later, David. Hope you have a good time doing whatever it is you're doing. Thoughts on the Isle of Dogs? Heard it's wonderful. Haven't seen it. Probably should at some point, but I got a lot of stuff going on here. And besides, I want to watch what I'm showing Wagons East tonight. Prove that that thing does not deserve a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, it's not like the best, but it's still good. Really, check out Wagons East. I think you guys would love it. If you like other films like Uncle Buck or some other ones, Planes, Trains, and Automated Mobiles, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, really, then I think you guys would like it. La, 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 la. All right, we're off to 15 minutes. Top 9 movie on Paramount is my boycott list. No, because I already own it on DVD, so I'm not supporting them at all. And I didn't buy it from Disney. I got it from Goodwill before the boycott even began, though. And besides, that's not a film I like to watch over and over again. That's like a once, maybe twice a year film. But I don't know. Am I the only one who thinks that thing is like the weirdest thing ever, but still good? Like, no, I'm not going to see Toy Story 4. Nope, probably never, unless Disney reverses their ways. And even still, I want to imagine that 4 doesn't exist because 3 ended perfectly. Dang it, we need artistic integrity. Kingdom Hearts. Haven't played them. Heard they're great. Favorite music artists? Weird Al, Brooks and Dunn. I'm a very big Brooks and Dunn fan. Brad Paisley, Alan Jackson, Rush. Beatles are good. James Brown. And who else am I thinking about here? And Richard Stone's pretty good too, gotta say. Opinion on classic Disney films? Depends. There's a lot of them. Thoughts on The Emperor's New Groove? One of my favorite Disney films. No. Yes. Do you have Meet the Robinsons on DVD? No, I don't, but I wish I could without making Disney profit. I don't even like Chicken Little. I don't know why I'd own that. My grandma and I saw that in theaters. We were both unimpressed. And I was a little kid when I saw that. And even, like I said, unimpressed. Not my kind of thing. Kronk's New Groove. Ooh, that was a weird one. Not good, but it was weird. Revisiting Popetown. Like, what do you mean by that? Can you explain what you mean by revisiting Popetown? My friend absolutely hates the live action Beauty and the Beast. Good, they got good taste. In all seriousness, though, hey, it's like, if you like it, good. If you don't like it, good. Why I was making the boycott video, it would be good to sway some people, but in the end of the day, I'm just expressing my opinion. I'm not really on here to change minds, although it would be kind of cool, but I'm more here just to kind of express my thought points. Wow, I'm just listening to the way I'm talking because, like I said, the live stream is delayed like by 5 seconds here on YouTube. Wow, it's really starting to come out because I'm not focusing on how I'm talking. This is how I used to really talk, and when I focus, you can kind of hear it now when I'm starting to sound more like Bob the freaking Tomato. I said freaking there. I'm not going to remake TV Talk Hopetown, actually. I feel like I said everything I needed to say there, although it is going to pop up on another list I'm going to be doing someday. Why do you ask? Oh, yeah, Meet the Robinsons is way better than Chicken Little. Pick your poison. Chicken Little, Brother Bear, Home on the Ranch. Brother Bear wasn't the worst, honestly. I loved the way it looked. Some of the aspects were kind of nice. It wasn't great, but, you know, it's certainly better than what people say, I think. Top 10 films you hate but everyone loves. Oh, yeah, that's going to be coming very, very soon. This Saturday, in fact. I'll give you a hint. The number 1 film on that list is like right up there with Drawn Together, the movie, and Thief and the Cobbler for one of my worst films ever. Actually, the top 2 just like enrage me to like no end. I'd give them like the honorary number 3 and 4 least favorite movies ever. By the way, Thief and the Cobbler, Miramax version, not recobbled cut. Because, yeah, no matter what, though, the Drawn Together film will always be my least favorite. I'm never touching that one. Are you going to nuke Disneyland, Disney World? No. Not only do I not have nukes, I need to get elected president, and I'm not doing that until 2048, so keep me in mind there. I don't see why nuking an amusement park would do anything, especially not only would that kill a bunch of people, but that wouldn't get any point across. Just because I'm not a fan of someone's content doesn't mean I'm going to commit arson and destruction. Really, it's not like some kind of boiling rage hate, and I don't condone hurting or killing people who disagree with your opinions. Far from it. Because that's exactly what I criticize my opponents of doing in my work. I can't do the same thing, especially because that's not how we should operate as a functioning society. That's also not how God wants us to function. Just because someone does something we don't like doesn't mean we should be so brutal and aggressive towards them. Hope that makes sense. Opinion on The Brave Little Toaster. I haven't seen it. Would you ever want to reboot Larry Boy? I think it's good where it is. Thoughts on Fortnite? I haven't seen it. Emoji Movie Pixels? Haven't seen Pixels. Emoji Movie physically hurt me to watch. Thoughts on Alf? It was actually really good, I thought. Not one of my favorites, but I did really enjoy it. Again, TV trash. He turned me on to that show. Don't take that the wrong way. But Alf is Rowdy C from TV Trash's favorite show of all time. And, he talked up so much good about that, I decided to go watch it myself. And I liked it. Although that ending was messed up, we didn't really get a conclusion of that cliffhanger up until that crappy movie that came out later. Hurt me, please? No, I'm not going to hurt you. Odd. Thoughts on My Little Pony Friendship is Magic? I already made a video about that. Thoughts on the Madagascar movies? Like the first, like the second, like the third. So yeah, I liked all of them. I kind of think they get better as I go along, though. Although I got to say, now that I've seen Friends, because I didn't back before, those original Madagascar ones, I can't see Melman as anything but David Schwimmer. By the way, if you guys ever want real cringe, look up Loving Too Much Iowa's fan fiction on Madagascar. It's the most disturbing thing you'll ever read. It's not like, okay, disturbing's not the right, I mean more cringy, I guess. Because it is the cringiest thing that ever came out of anything, except for his Animaniacs story and his Super Smash Bros. Story. Okay, My Little Pony movie, never seen it. Ever heard of Angel Anaconda? Yeah, not big on it. Thoughts on Shark Tale? One of the weakest DreamWorks movies, gotta say. All right, what else we got here? Familiar with Petscop? No, I don't know what that is. Can't say that I do. All right, let's see what else we got coming through here. Oh, the screen froze. There we go. What do you think of Piranha playing Smash Brothers? I think it's cool, especially with all the Otter 2 memes that's come out, but come on, Luigi. You skip right over him. I think you've seen My Little Pony. What are your thoughts on the Quest Go spin-off? Haven't seen that, and I've barely seen My Little Pony. The only little bits of Friendship is Magic I've seen was for those few episodes for that review. I haven't gone back to see it since. You can like it. It's just, I acknowledge it's a good, decent show. It's just not for me. That's why I gave it the seal of approval, but, just not really my thing. Especially not with all the things Chris Chan's been talking about. It's kind of ruined that for me, but I heard it's going to be ending soon, and, all good things got to come to an end, right? Thoughts on Smallfoot? Didn't see it. Is it bad that I think Light and Dark has Fairly Odd Parents? No, I don't really see any comparison, but you can go right ahead and think that, especially because they're very different in tone. Light and Dark is not a comedy at all. By the way, let's all give a round of applause to some guy who arts for doing all that great art shit. Come on, let's clap for him now. Thoughts on Rock Dog? Why does that sound familiar? Thoughts on Prince of Egypt? Honestly, one of the best Christian movies ever made. I know it's not really a Christian movie, but it's infinitely better than a lot of the movies that actual Christians try to make. Climb the Chance of Meatballs movies. Liked the first one, didn't like the second one. King K. Rool's the only way we can defeat the Puppet Master. Not true. Thoughts on the current state of Nickelodeon? I don't keep up with it, so I don't really know. Thoughts on the Hotel Transylvania films? Only seen the first one, and I thought it was decent. Golf claps, yes. And applause, yes. Lots of applause. Let the artist hear your applause. Because there are many pits that claim to be bottomless, but there's no pit more bottomless than the bottomless pit. Question, is it bottomless? Look, can someone please explain this to Seuss? Just kind of messing around. Smurfs the Lost Village, never saw it.
I didn't even see the live-action Smurfs. Didn't really look very good.
Although I do know Andre Black Nerd saw Smurfs the Lost Village and thought it was decent. That guy used to love Smurfs. I don't know if he still does, though, because, I don't know, it's kind of hard with his new content to tell a lot of what he's into. You guys watch Andre Black Nerd? Is it just me? I find his content enjoyable. But I do miss his Black Nerd rants stuff, but, he did say kind of for personal reasons why he's not really doing so much of those, and I respect that. I respect that. Big Bang Theory Community. Don't like Big Bang Theory at all. Never seen Community. Is the computer meant to be programmed to be self-aware? I think that's dangerous. No. Thoughts on the Peanuts movie? I already mentioned it. I loved it. Yogi Bear. Never saw the show. Didn't see the movie. Thoughts on Jamie Element? Good. Thoughts on Doraemon? Don't know what that is. Thoughts on Megamind? Honestly, a better story than a comedy. The comedy is decent in there, but I thought the story was compelling. If they told it as like a regular, straightforward story, I thought it would have been. I don't know how that would have been, honestly. Thoughts on Legend of Zelda? Really like it a lot. I'm playing through Twilight Princess again. Well, playing is a bit of a unique word because I don't have my Wii here, but when I get back home, I'm going to resume the playthrough I started during Christmas. My name in that is Kopaka. Named after the Bionicle thing because I made that file like when I was really young because I got Twilight Princess when I first came to the Wii, and I've never renamed that file. I mean, I've made new files, but I've named them all Kopaka. I don't know why. Kopaka wasn't even my favorite. Ever heard of Wonder Over Yonder? Yes, it was good. Thoughts on VeggieTales shipping fanfics? I'm not really a fanfiction guy except Loving Too Much Iowa. His stuff is delightfully revolting. Thoughts on Underdog? Haven't seen it. Thoughts on Monsters Inc. Monster University? I like Monsters Inc. Monsters University is just a college movie with people wearing monster costumes. It's not special at all. Wind Waker. Ooh, that's a good one. Thoughts on furries? You do you. It's none of my business. Thoughts on Breath of the Wild? Never played that one, although I'm going to be starting that Grumps playthrough soon so I can find out. What do you think of the people's guesses on the truth? One or two people have gotten very close. No one's gotten it like spot on yet, but some people have gotten like really close. Some people are not even close at all. One person thought that I've already revealed it, just being the whole classic media thing, but no, it's not. The truth will be revealed in a couple episodes, though, and you'll just have to see then. The contest is still in place, of course. If you guessed it correctly, or at least close to correct, then you get it. Thoughts on the upcoming Sonic movie? Doesn't look too good, honestly. Some of the brief things we've seen, but I mean, I guess we'll just wait and see when it comes out. I'm more excited about Detective Pikachu, though. That looks hilarious. Thoughts on Moto Moto? He's a good meme. Other than that, he's kind of disgusting. Have I heard of The Wild? Yeah, I heard of it. I haven't seen it. Thomas the Tank Engine. I loved it as a kid. I haven't seen it now. Although, if you want a Thomas the Tank Engine fan, go to Kyle. He loves Thomas. In fact, actually, I'm going to do a TV talk sometime, probably the next time we meet up in person, and just talk about Thomas. He's going to lead that one. He's going to lead that one because he knows all about it, as you can see from our Magic Railroad review. Now, the one thing I do know about Thomas is that it's become kind of a PC social justice warrior bandwagon thing now, and that's kind of disgusting me. But, hey, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. What effect do you use on the Puppet Master's voice? I don't know. I'm not the one who edits, so I don't know. One of the rules is Rob Paulson regret. He says he only regrets Coconut Fred, VeggieTales, and Bubsy. Those are the ones that he regrets. Rob Paulson's one of those guys where if you wave cash in front of him, he'll pretty much take any job. He's like Tim Curry or Christopher Walken with that. But it takes a lot for Rob Paulson, of all people, this smiley, happy-go-lucky dude, to say he regrets a role. In fact, I don't know if you guys have seen this. There's a press conference where he and one other star from Coconut Fred's Crappy Island or whatever, they got together, and like the guy who was with Rob Paulson was like trying to get him to reminisce, like, hey, do you remember this? Do you remember that? Blah, blah. And Rob Paulson's like, yeah, I hated that show. It was just like a wannabe SpongeBob. I don't know where it is, and I hope I didn't just dream that up, but it was hilarious. Look it up. Wii U and 3DS are now dead. I don't know if the 3DS is dead. I didn't hear about that. Don't forget, I didn't see Nintendo Direct. Wii U, it doesn't surprise me because, the Switch is out and it's significantly better. So is the 3DS actually gone now? One thing I really want them to do is make another Kid Icarus game. Like after Kid Icarus Uprising, that was a good one. I want to see them do another one. What do I think of Motato? I have no opinion on him because I don't go back to watch that show. I don't spew causeless anger on that. I don't like VeggieTales in the house, so what I do is I just stay away from it and pretend it doesn't exist. Thoughts on Detective Pikachu? I already said. 3DS is dead. Oh, that's sad. I was gonna ask what's replacing it, but I kind of think the Switch is just gonna replace that because it's both portable and home. So am I right? Is that just what's gonna happen now? It kind of makes sense because besides the kind of handheld market seems to be dying now that smartphones are becoming a really big game thing. Larry Boy rocks a lot. I don't know who that is. Because even though I'm one of as some people have said, I don't know if this is an actual true claim. I'm one of the top VeggieTales channels. Like I said, I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, I guess maybe, but I don't interact with the community a lot. I got so much in my other life. Not what am I saying? Other life, my actual life kind of makes it hard for online socializing. But hey, I still try to make all this content stuff for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. What rules of Chess McNeil regret? No idea. Thoughts on Transformers and favorite Transformer? Transformers, I only really watched Armada as a kid. My favorite was always, I don't even remember. Transformers are kind of weird, though, for me, but I won't say why. It's none of your guys' business. Thoughts on Amiibos? I mean, they're there. Not really my thing, but they're there. How come my profile picture isn't Mr. Fish anymore? Just wanted a nice change. It'd been that way for like 3 years. So I just kind of wanted to change it up a little. Thoughts on the Allow Us to Introduce Ourselves meme? Hey, at least it's a meme. VeggieTales getting some ground. What character is your profile pic? It's the Mongrel Hordes recruiting master from Dave the Barbarian, episode Hordes and Sorcery. Hoarders and Sorcery, sorry. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, Leaf, on the 3DS thing. Stravinsky and the Mysterious House. One of the last cinema surgeons we ever did was on Stravinsky and the Mysterious House. I think. I don't know if we ended up recording. No, we did record that one. Yeah, we did. Of course, that channel's long dead, so I'll reiterate. It's weird. It's so weird, and it meant well, but it just didn't do a good job. Globo Gobgolam was a meme that was like mildly amusing, but only a couple of the videos actually made me kind of laugh. And then, of course, it had Cool Cat Syndrome, where the creators misconstrued the meme at first, thinking it was positive, then they realized it was negative, and then they kill it. Speaking of Cool Cat, no one ever hears about Derek Savage anymore, do they? I know he's still going on about that Cool Cat thing. No one really seems to be talking about it anymore. I think that Cool Cat thing is sailed. No, sorry, John. You can't join for a couple reasons. One, I'm only going to be on for a couple more minutes because I got to go at some point soon. And I only really let people I know onto these streams, and I don't know you. Oh, thanks. I like my new profile pic too. I didn't make it, nor did I make the last one. But this one, you know what I'm trying to say. Have I ever walked out on a bad animated film? I only haven't walked out on any film because I'm a cheap penny pincher. Keep that in mind when I'm in charge of your government. You're going to want someone who's good with your economy, and I'm not going to spend your money willy-nilly. I'm not going to spend money unless we need to, like on things like infrastructure and education and defense. Of course, we'd have to raise taxes for some things, but I wouldn't do that because there's a bunch of things we could cut in the government to prevent taxes being raised, and we could still give more funding to education and infrastructure. Got a whole plan, and let's hope it's relevant by the time I'm running. Planet Sheen, didn't care for it. Not quite as bad as everyone says, but I didn't like it. I don't know what Rolly is. Yeah, no offense, Jotaro. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but it's nothing personal that I don't let people join the chat. It's only people I've really interacted with. Or not the chat, I mean like the live stream. I hope you understand. I really thought doing really poorly. No, I haven't. I don't know your main Smash Brothers. Actually, I do kind of hope to make America great again in my own special way. Not socialism. We're not doing that. Because one thing you guys, I'm sure I've told you about before, is I am going to be running for office at some point. Because yes, Kyle and I are still planning on doing that children's Christian show, but after that, it's going to be a wide open field. So my plan is either state Senate first or state Congress, then move on to either regular Senate or governor of state, and we'll see if I can take it national. Really, I feel like, as much as I really love VeggieTales and stuff, which I do believe God has put me on here to kind of spread his message, my passion for government, my knowledge of history, and extreme, like, capabilities of what I think is good solutions for our nation and my leadership senses. I think there's a reason why I've gotten all those, and I think it's this. Been praying about it for a while, and I kind of feel like a lot of doors have been opened in that. I mean, heck, I work for Governor Ducey of Arizona. That's how I got to mean something. Anyways, the Wiggles. What about them? Has there been a VeggieTales episode that I've only seen once? Yes, several. Or actually, no, not yes. Well, Define only seen. All right, so okay, what am I trying to say here? There's ones that like I've seen and then have like, but it was so long ago that I went back to see them again and then didn't see them again. So there's like stuff like that. So I guess twice really. Opinion on all these basics, don't know what that is. Robin Hood Disney, I liked it. Thoughts on the border wall? Ooh, big can of worms. Maybe I'll talk about that some other day. Thoughts on Muppets from Outer Space? I don't know. I haven't seen it in years. Current Swamp Years, don't know what that is. Thoughts on Alpha and Omega? I haven't seen it. I have heard about all the furry stuff about it though. Ever watched Thomas and Friends before? I have already answered that. I think you weren't here though, but can someone fill them in on that? Just a moment, folks. Keep the questions coming. I had to go turn on a light there. Thoughts on Unikitty? Haven't seen it. I heard it's an okay show. I know that there's that Nickelodeon ripoff that's not doing very well because a lot of people are calling Nick on their bull crap and ripping it off. Do I think it? Smash Bro 05 asks, do you think I'm an idiot? Of course not. No. Thoughts on Sing? Wonderfully average looking movie, and I've heard it's exactly that. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like there's a lot of Alpha and Omega stuff coming in the chat. wish I could comment on that, but at the same time, I don't know. Haven't seen it. All right, what else we got here? I already answered the thoughts on Sing. Thoughts on Looney Tunes. That's really broad, so it really have to kind of depend. Favorite characters, though, are Daffy and Taz. Marvin's pretty good, too. There's better, Toy Story 1 or 2? 2. 2 is one of those like sequels that just tops the first one in like every way. Thoughts on Wabbit? Haven't really seen it. Favorite video game console? Nintendo 64. I don't know. I'm just kind of a sucker for that. Have I heard of American Tail? Yes, it was pretty decent. How long do you feel if Og Veggie comes back? I don't understand what that means. Jigglypuff or Wheezing? Wheezing! Thoughts on Donald Duck? Pretty good. Lunatics Unleashed? Laughably ridiculous. Thomas the Magic Railroad? We have a review of that. Go check it out if you ever want to watch it. There it is again. Come on now. All right, guys, let's start getting the last ones up in here because I got to get going in about a couple minutes. Ever heard of Mega Man X? I know the name. I'm not glad quite yet. I meant to say if original VeggieTales comes back. I kind of hope it doesn't. Honestly, I love VeggieTales and all, but I think its time has passed. I think it's time to move on to new stuff, new content and all. Because we've seen the state it's gone on now, and I don't want to see it. I don't want to risk it going down there again. I think we're good with what we got. Controversial opinion, I know. Thoughts on Valiant the movie? I don't know what that is. Space Jam. Guilty pleasure. It's not really a good movie, but you know, it's fun anyways. Alrighty, we got one more minute. I know a lot of you guys like to wait till the last minute, so here it is. It is the last minute. That's a quote from UHF, one of my favorite movies. Do you have any rare VeggieTales stuff? Well, I have a copy of Where's God When not Where's God I'm Scared. Sorry, God Wants Me to Forgive. Damn, like the original one with the white VHS still in its Saran wrap, or whatever you'd call it. So it hasn't been opened, and I'm not going to open it. I have the uncensored Rack Shack and Penny, and I also have the Fib from Outer Space, where at the end of it, Archibald goes on that killing spree and mows everyone down with an Uzi. We all remember that one. Which character from DDDZ is you say is your favorite? Oh, guys, don't. That's a loaded question. I can't answer that one. I guess maybe DDD because DDD is my favorite character in the original, but I don't know. It's hard to say. I still have a Game Boy Advance SP. That's cool. I used to have mine. I traded it in for my Nintendo DS. Oh, and there's my roommate Andrew. Guys, say hi.
Hi.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I gotta get going. So see you guys later. Have a good night. Oh, no, sorry.
Good night, everybody.
There, that's better.